we do the neck movement, okay? So for the neck, basically what we do, we actually turn in the head to one side, and then back to the center, and then turn the other side, okay? We've done that before, but to do in Tai Chi movement, we need some coordination. So what we do is, we slowly lift the arms up to the shoulder level, and then you turn your left palm towards yourself, and your right palm down to a mirror image, okay? To your waist. And then you follow your top hand, slowly move your neck and turn as far as you can go to the left. We come back to the center, and we swap hands. So this time, turn your top hand down, raise your bottom hand up, and then we slowly follow the hand to the other side. As far as you can go, just try to move your neck and your head and not your body. So, and now we go the other side again, the second time. If you find yourself can go further, you can do a bit further and come back. But if you have any pain, any discomfort, you should just stop and don't push too hard for this, okay? So again, we go to the right, come back to the center, and then we go the other side. One more time, the third time to your left. As far as you can go, come back and swap. And we go to the right and come back. Okay? So the second movement we do, we actually doing our neck, we just bend the neck down and look up. Okay? So do that. If the Tai Chi movement is, again, you slowly lift your arms up to the shoulder level, and then you turn your palm towards yourself, and you slowly bring your hands close to your body. Okay, at the same time, you can slowly move your head back, and then you push your hands slowly out, and your hand going down, your head actually looking at the hands as you go down. So slowly bend your head. And then lift your arms up slowly, follow your hands, and look up. Turn your hands in, bring your hands in and chin in. Relax and push out. If I step on the sides like this, and going down, and looking down on my hands, and I come up, and looking at my hands and then come up. Turn my hands in, facing me, bring my hands in and I chin in. Relax and push out. Follow your hand as you bend your neck slowly down. And come up slowly. Your hands in again. Relax, push out. Your hand down. Okay, so that's the neck. So the next one we do is for the shoulder. So the first one we do is, we lift your hands, turn the palms out, and lift it up in the air, up to your shoulder level. Bring your hands back, in front, and bring it down. And then open your palms up again, from the side, lift it up, bring it in, and push it down. Okay? If you want, you can also breathe in. So breathing in from your nose, hold your breath, turn your palms into the center, breathe out as your hands coming down. Okay? I may do 1 or 2 times back on feel for you. So open your hands up, breathe in, hands down, breathe out. So arms up, breathe in. Turn your hands in. Push down and breathe out. Okay, that's the first one. The second for the shoulder is, we actually roll your shoulder forward like this, up and forward. 1, 2, 3. Okay? And then bring it back. 1, 2, 3. Okay? So just roll it forward and move backward. So that's the shoulder. And now we do the spine. The side we do before too. Remember, you hold your ball in front of you. So your bottom hand is the left hand, top hand is the right hand. Okay? So hold the ball together. The first thing you do is your bottom hand go forward, stretch it up, and move up with your palm facing up. At the same time, your bottom hand stretch down. Okay? And then you bring your top hand down, face your hands down, and your bottom hand come up, and join and hold the ball again. So bottom hand forward, stretch, push up, and down. Okay, I'll show you sideways. Bring your top hand down, bring your bottom up, hold your hands together, switch position, stretch. So when you do that, you stretch your arm, you should focus to your back. So your back should be gently feeling it actually stretch out a bit. Okay, let's do one more time each side. So push forward, stretch, up and down. Bring your hands down, hold, stretch, up and down. And bring your hands down. Okay? Now when we finish that, the next movement we do, we're actually turning our body. So turn to one side, turn the other side. Okay? So we don't turn all the way as supposed to be playing golf. So you turn all the way, you don't turn all the way. Okay? You don't turn like we do the single whip, only about 45 degrees that way. So basically what you do is, again, you hold your ball. So your top hand, the left hand is on top, your bottom hand underneath. So you turn towards your top elbow. So now everybody should slowly turn to your left side. Okay? So you can still see me in the front. So if you turn too much, you turn like this way, then you can't see me. You have to turn, okay? And that's too much. So basically from the middle, you just turn 45 degrees. We can still see the front. And in here, we swap hand. So your bottom hand swung down, your top hand swung up. So now, your top hand is your right hand, so you turn slowly to your right. Okay? And at the end then, you swap your hands. So top hand go down, bottom hand go up, and now you're ready to go back to your left. About 45 degrees, in here you swap your hands again, and then you're ready to go to the top elbow, the other side. Again, at the end there, you swap your hands, still hold the ball, and you go back onto the left side, and swap your hands, and go to the right, okay? Swap your hands again, it's time to go to the front, and we'll relax, okay? So remember, when you do Tai Chi, we don't go to the extreme. For example, the hands, I see most of you done before, is good because when you push, you don't push all the way straight. We don't do that. We just do about 80 to 7%. So slightly bend your elbow, slightly bend your elbow. So turn in the same. We don't turn all the way like this. We don't. We turn here. We just turn about 45 degrees. Swap your hands. Turn 45 degrees. And then back to the center. Okay? So we do the neck, shoulder, the spine, and now we go to the hip. Okay? So the hip movement, I'm going to move down a little bit so that you can see a bit better for my leg. So the hip movement, the first one to do is to lift your leg forward on your heel and then back on your toes. Okay? And remember, when you go forward on your heel, it's okay, but when you go back on your toes, always try to go out. So you've got to pick a base. Because if you go this way, then you may fall because you're going to stand up in line. So always go to the side, here, to the side, here, to the side. Okay? And the right leg, same. Heel forward, toe backward, go on the side. So heel forward, toe backward. Okay? If you find yourself not stable, always stand near a wall or a chair, big furniture, so you can hang on to it. Okay? So that's the leg movement. So the arm is slowly up to your shoulder level. And then down back to your waist. Okay? So arms up to the shoulder, arms down to your waist. So we join together is opposite. So my arms going up, my leg doesn't move. My arm down, my left leg forward on the heel. My arms going up, my leg go back on my toes. Okay? So maybe I'll raise up a little bit so they can see my hands too. So it's arms up, arms down, leg forward on your heel. Arms up, leg go back on your toes. So down, leg forward, up, leg go back. Okay, one more time for your left leg. Forward and back. Okay, and then we do the right leg. So arms up, arms down, the right leg forward on your heel. Arms up, leg go back on your toes. So down and forward, up and go back. Okay, down and forward, up and go back. Okay, so the idea of that is a lot harder for coordinate. If you go up, back together with the hands, it's a lot easier because it's the same sequence, the same direction. But if you go opposite, you have to slow down and focus a little bit. Okay, and that's part of the idea of doing the Tai Chi. Okay, so the first one is like this. Now the second one, what we do is we actually open our leg sideways and come back in. Okay, open sideways, come back in, open sideways, come back in, and then the other leg, open and close, open, close, open and close. Okay, now the hand movement like this is a bit tricky. So the hands is like in front, like we do open and close hands. Okay, and then both hands going to move towards your left side with your finger from here pointing up to pointing forward. Okay, if I can show you, my hand is like this. So the finger and the thumb like touching each other, the fingers pointing forward like this. Okay, come back center and then go the other side. Okay, so the hands is facing out of the palm, your fingers pointing forward. So like this way and then the other way. Okay, so from here, what we do is our hands go to one side. I'm still looking forward. So try not to look at the hand. If you look at the hand, then you probably go further. So don't look forward. The hands go, you still look forward. Okay? So the thing is the finger pointing up, now the finger pointing forward. Okay? And what we do is we do that leg and arm together, but again it's opposite. So what that means, my hands go to the left side, I open my right leg out. And then my hands come back in, my leg come back in. My hands go to the right, open my left leg. You probably will slightly bend your knees a bit, it's okay. If it's too hard, then you don't try to bend it. So open and come back in. So hands out to one side, leg open opposite. Okay? So let me show you backward, a couple movement. So my hands go to my right, I open my right leg. Hands come back, leg come back. Hands go to the left, open your right leg. Hands come back. Open, stretch out, opposite. Open, stretch out, opposite. Okay, so that's the hip. So the hip to two movement. First one is go forward, backward. Next one is go sideways, sideways. Okay, so now the knee. Now the knee joint is a bit tricky now because you're going to have a bit more movement. If you're not quite comfortable in your balance, make sure you get something firm like a piece of wood that you stand next to. Okay, so what we do this one is we take a small step forward and land on your heel. Okay, and then we shift the weight forward and bend the front knee. The back knee is straight. Okay, and if you can see my heel of my back leg, the heel is on the ground. So both legs, the heels is on the ground. So don't try to lift the leg up by lifting the heels up like this. That's no good because that means you actually stand on one leg, you can fall forward. Okay? So even though you bend the knee, your heels at the back, especially most important, is stay on the ground. And they affect your posture. You probably see my back is a bit straight now. If I make my heels up, I lean forward. Okay? And your balance is gone. So come back, and then the other leg forward. Bend your knees. This heel's still back on the ground. Okay? And if you can, make sure the toes is pointing forward. Bring it back, and up, and bring it back. Okay? Forward again, and bring it back. Alright, so that hand movement like this. The hand will make a fist. So basically you slowly bend your fingers, and then your thumb put on top of your fingers, but this must be loose. So don't hold it tight. We don't want tight. We don't want extreme in Tai Chi. So just gentle holding it, like a small little hole that you can fit through. So based on your weight, okay, with your palm facing up, and you gently punch out and bring it back, and you punch and you bring it back. Okay, punch forward, it's gentle, bring it back, punch forward, gentle, bring it back. Okay, now so together with the leg is like this. So what we do is we lift the left heels up, your left leg step forward, land on your heel, slowly move your weight forward, at the same time you bend your knee, you punch. Make sure the heels, both heels on the ground, you bring your legs back, bring your hands back. And then lift your right legs up, step, and punch. Bring it back, step, and punch. Opposite arm and leg, bring it back. Okay? So step forward and punch and bring it back. So again, the back on wheel. So left heels up, step forward, punch with the right arm, bring it back, step with the right, punch with the left, bring it back. So step forward and punch, bring it back, step forward, punch, and bring it back. Okay? So make sure it's opposite. It's like move for movement. Your left leg forward, you punch with your right, bring it back. You step forward with your left, you punch with your right, bring it back. Okay? And make sure the heel's on the ground. Okay? Alright, so the next knee movement is, what we do is we actually lift your legs up, and then we stretch your leg. We've done it before, and bring it back and down. Okay? So if you're not too stable, you can always lift it up, and then touch the toe on the floor, and then bring it back up. So you don't lift the legs up, just lift it up, touch the floor with your toes, bring it back and down. Okay? If you feel like you're stronger, you're good balance, then you lift your knees up, stretch your legs slowly forward, bring it back and down. Okay? And make sure you don't do quick movement like just kicking. We don't do that. Because the more you do quick, you actually not train yourself to stand on one leg. So if you do slowly, even though you don't push it straight out, you touch on the floor, you still stand longer in one leg, so your leg will be stronger while you're doing this. But if you do this kicking like this, it won't be strong. You'll be so weak after you do it, you sort of waste your time a bit. Okay? So again, we make a fist, pace on the side. So what we do is lift the left heels up, left knees up, stretch the leg and punch. Bring your leg and arm back. And then lift your right heels up, lift your right knees up, stretch, touch the toe of the toes, bring it back like this. Okay? So heels up, knees up, stretch your leg, bring it back. Up, stretch, bring it back and down. So if you find yourself strong enough, if you're strong enough, you lift it up, stretch, bring it back and down. So up, stretch, bring it back and down. Okay? So as I said, if you find yourself wobbly a bit, don't try to push it. Just lift it up, touch the toe, punch, that's okay. Because the more you do it, the other leg will be stronger. Because once you lift your heels up, your knees up, you stand on one leg, touch down, still one leg, up and down. Okay? So that's the knee. So knee two movement. The first one is you step forward, bend your knees, come back. The next one is the heels up, stretch your knee, touch your toe. Okay? So the next one we do is the ankle. So the ankle is very simple. What we do is, we do all the time before, we lift your heels up, you touch your toe, and touch your heel. So heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. The other one the same. Your heel, your toe, your heel, your toe, your heel, your toe. Okay? And the next one you do is, with your foot, you just try to swing sideways like this, to the side, slowly to one side, and then swing to both sides, like this. Okay? So the shape